Alright, hey, what is up, ladies and gentlemen? This is the on Sheet. We're back with another track-by-track video. This time, the German Heavy Tier 10 Mouse. Really good tank, really fun tank, well-armored and weakly armored, depending on what you're going up against. Luckily, we're actually top tier here, so things fare a little bit in our favor. And we're gonna have a really wild game. Where being the top tier factors in pretty heavily due to just the choices that I make here. And you'll see why that works out pretty fast. But then following up on that, you're also going to see a lot of just, this was a very hard carried video by myself and my platoon mate Arthur Pandrag, who I think the two of us together end up totaling well over 10,000 damage by the end of this. And most of the kills. But without further ado, we'll get rolling right into this. It might be kind of quiet. I don't think that engine noises are coming in on this replay for whatever reason. But we'll work through it. I guess we'll just wait for this. But yeah, this is gonna be an awesome game. I had a ton of fun in this game, and we clutched up with some pretty close to the time run out as well. So without further ado, yep, okay, so we don't have like bass engine noises. The turbo noise for the CS is up, but this is gonna be weirdly quiet, but we'll talk through it anyway. So Fisherman's Bay, really good map, versatile for any tank and on either side, which is like one of the best things you can ask for a map in general. Lots of lanes that you can work with. Still kind of splits into like the 3-lane generic like backdrop, but does a really good job with it. With such, I'm going to be going down this heavy lane, the 890. We have our Char go super deep, which is a really aggressive play. Excuse me, but if you don't have enough people supporting you, you're not going to get... You can be really badly injured here, and that is also going to come into play fairly shortly. In the meantime, this is a 121B that's trying to shoot me on the cross here. He's not hitting me. They have a Coons Panzer as well that's going to show up in a second. And I don't know if he has 6th Sense or not, but he's going to sit there, and I'm going to get a good tag on him. And I think I stick around for one more, yeah. Because I don't need to be in position yet, given what they have. I'm not too concerned about the tanks that they have. And I just pull a shot and I leave. I don't think that hits. As a matter of fact, I'm like guarantee that it doesn't. But now I'm taking a look at what they have down the line. Here's a mouse pushing up into that into the corner that I was worried about earlier for the Char, and he's gonna get shots on the Char. But on the other hand, our Char becomes incredibly smart as the Tortoise shows up as well. And he is going to flee. And at this point, I'm going to give him a, hey, I will help you. And there it goes. I don't do a good job getting that Tortoise, but I do close off any other chance of them hitting the Char. But he gets through in safety anyway. But now as I address the situation, most of the tanks here are tier 8 or are just not in a way that like they can really get good shots on me. So I'm going to push aggressively down this line and try to get shots on the Tortoise and their mouse. Try to get a shot off from the Luva that just jumps off into the brick wall on the side of it. A little unfortunate, a little bit of lost damage, but that's okay. We are currently sitting at 2k assisted damage. I'm loading gold because I'm trying to get the mouse, and we're both gonna have some pretty rough bounces against each other. I think I get another bounce here just because of a 4. Yep, because he gets that turn and back up at just the right spot that puts it into looking at my or that puts in the mantlet next to him instead of the actual cheek. But now I'm going to start getting... Oh, I take it back. I do one more really dog shit shell. As you can see, my partner's getting shots off on their score. I somehow pull a shot into the mouse there, which actually doesn't make sense, but that's okay. We'll take it. The Tortoise is now loading HE, which is probably the worst decision that he's making right now. He should not be loading HE at all. He's got a high enough pen that if he has gold, he should be firing gold at me. Their Scorpion, however, is firing gold at me. Excuse me, no, he fires an AP shell at me that just gets away. So that pens me. But I've got the Luva and the Tortoise now firing HE at me, so I'm doing okay. Both their T-34 and Scorpion are trying to hit me, so I need to push up a little bit after taking this kind of ill-advised shot. But as we're sitting here, we're creeping up to 3,700 blocked. We are losing 3-1, but we're going to keep working this out. And an issue that I have is that I drop Sniper either as I'm shooting or beforehand, which causes my gun to shift. So I don't know if this could be an issue that a lot of people are having. It's an issue that I still have because I don't break it. I hit shift too fast before clicking. And that causes me issues. But we're going to be here for a hot second. Because I have to take care of this mouse. I'm getting frustrated with him. I got to take care of the Tortoise, which I think I get here. Okay, so we clear the Tortoise in exchange for the mouse hitting us. We're now about just around half health. A little bit more health than their mouse has. I'm gonna start loading gold and properly aiming my shots. The Scorpion bounces, the mouse goes after my platoon mate. I'm not at all concerned about the Luva. I'm not at all concerned about the T-34. Their Object 263 hasn't even looked at me. They have a Centurion Action X that hasn't looked at me either. So my only focus here is the mouse. And I'm going to put him away in due measure after this shot. But I get another couple of good blocks. It's more damage. We're now sitting at 7,000 block damage. And it's right about after that shot. It's right about here that I'm realizing, oh, I have a mission to complete. It's HT12 for the Object 260. And I'm like, wow, if I kind of like stretch this a little bit, I might have shots. But at the same time, I'm also looking at the score, and I'm looking at the fact that my team hasn't moved. There's another instance of me dropping that shift as I'm firing or before firing, and it throws my gun sideways and into the wall. So that is an issue. Like, I don't know if other people are having this issue, but that's a reason for inaccuracy. I'm rushing shots is another issue. But this T-34 way over peaked. I probably could have penned him almost anywhere anyway. But now I'm thinking, okay, we gotta start getting the game rolling a little bit. We spent a lot of time here. The Luva gets a great shot. I don't even think. Okay, it was gold. Yeah, Luva has a great shot there. I'm gonna roll out. I'm gonna take out the T-34 with another ill-advised dropping sniper shot. So just gotta be careful with those. And then here we see we've lost mid control, which is pretty big. And as I'm pushing in, their Burresque is coming after me. Luckily, he doesn't actually peek. I don't know if he has a second shot loaded, but he runs off. And now I'm trying to stay a little safe, just due to the fact that now I'm kind of in a bad issue. My CS at platoon mate, who's sitting around like 3k damage at this point, if not more, he's been whittled down a lot by the Object 263, the Cax, and the Scorpion. Here you're going to see the Centurion just peeks out too aggressively, doesn't get a good shot off, and kind of a poor trade for him. He gets dropped. Now we are sitting 1,500 health, just shy of 50%, and we're going to continue pushing into this little slew of areas. So we spot the 263 here, and he gets annihilated by our platoon mate. But I know there's still a Scorpion here. I know there's still a Luva here. The Luva shows up. I get the track. You can see that I've already gotten what's it called? I bait the Scorpion into missing, and the Burrasque again comes back, gets one of his 2 shots on me, which is pretty good. Honestly, it's that's more than you can ask for from a Burrasque player. And here I start getting a tiny bit paranoid. The Scorpion disappears, and he doesn't get relit, even though my buddy in the CS was looking down this road, kind of. And and now as I get lit here, I'm thinking, oh man, I wonder if he's zipping around behind me. And here's where you're gonna see I sit to reconsider just to make sure he's not trying to like sneak around and peek on me. I'm still fairly alone here. And a good Scorpion mixed with the Louver or the Brask, they could dump on me and take me out. But the Scorpion not really forthcoming. I'm taking a pretty poorly angled push into this, but I'm hoping that he just shows up just so I can know where he is. I'd rather take a hit and know where he is than have him hide behind me for a long time. But with that said, their Brask is running. I try to get a shot just as he disappears. But none forthcoming, so that's okay. Push forward. We are now up. It's 8-5. We're up about, I think, a little shy of 2K. Because I can't see the health of my tortoise. I see in Conway. We actually might be far closer to 1K that we're up. But I'm getting lit here. And my guess is that it's the LT-432 or a Scorp hiding in a bush. But here's the Scorp hitting me from well outside of what I think might have been render range. But he gets hit once by T-2065, I think. That or the Conqueror with the small gun. And I'm going to continue pushing through. My platoon mate's going to come in with me. And I see the first thing that concerns me. This Leopard 1. As he's trying to run. And I don't think I'm going to be able to get a shot off on him. No one's going to have him lit. Our tortoise gets dumped on and run over. And then I sit here. Tag their Scorpion. And their Luva comes out of nowhere, takes the shot from the bush, which I'm going to say was an actually very well played shot. It's definitely a good timing. He was going to get lit anyway. He had to take a shot, and he gets a guaranteed shot against the mouse, so props to him for that. Now I'm looking, I get a fairly lucky bounce considering that my my turret was still facing that Leo, basically. So there's a pretty lucky bounce on that one. But he hits my track anyway, so he doesn't even catch my turret. I'm trying to ping that I think the LT-432 might be a lot closer than it's going to eventually be. As a matter of fact, it's not even going to be in the region. Or at the very least, it's currently leaving and heading north, and you'll see it pop up in a few minutes here. But I get lit again. This time I think from the Leo, and he hits me once. And with this, I'm pretty well angled, honestly, so I just have to keep pushing through. Keep turning to him, keeping my armor angled off. Here goes the LT-432. He pushes through, he tags the T-26, which is really good. And then I'm just like, you know what, man? We are 3.5 minutes left. And if we have any hope of winning, we got to get going. So I'm going to push out here. And in a very, this is not probably the best play. Well, I take it back. This is definitely the best play. It's not good. You don't want this play. But you get the Leo spotted. I take a shot that I think jumps a little high. And that's okay. But now I have the UDES firing at me. I got the Leo, but now I've got the angle down. And their Leo's going to play a little bit of patty cake with me. He's going to get lucky. I place a kind of poor shot on him there. I've got to get a reload, and then he gets my turret, I believe, with that one. And I'm looking at, that's actually me inspecting myself to see where he got me so I can try to prevent getting hit next time. He gets a track. Oh. And then we still have about 2 minutes left to get a cap or something going. And as I'm talking with my platoon mate, we're trying to discuss what we have to do, And then I remember, I'm a huge target. So I'm talking to him, and I'm like, hey pal, when you get the chance, you have to get up here. And you have to get up here now, and you have to get behind me. And this is where we make the play. He's pushing across. It's pretty lucky because their Leo's looking elsewhere. Their UDES isn't watching, and their Brask isn't ready either. So he gets up behind me. And honest, we have a little bit of a back and forth because I'm like, I don't like how you are placed against me. It's not like I'm like bouncing up and down and up and down. He gets a shot on him, which is like almost entirely my fault. But it ends up being okay. We got 15 seconds on the reload, on the respin. The Leo wisely choosing HE. At this point, he needs to get these resets. I got a good hit on him. The second HE might have been a little less warranted. If he had gold, he probably could have killed me there, because I was already pre-looked at him. But what's going to happen here is that our score is going to fucking just dive in on him or take him out. In exchange for being lost to the UDES, we're now in a push for time with the Barass coming from, or pushing around in the north there. And I'm actually mostly concerned about the Barask at this point, because he has kind of free roam. He's most likely to flank. And he takes out a CS. And there it is. And as I'm watching, I see, oh hey, our cock is 1 health and just pushing openly. But we do get the base cap. It's a happy ending. 30 seconds left. And at the bottom left of the screen there, 16,700 block damage. Further 6,200 dealt. 8 kills between the two of myself and my partner here. It is a win by cap. It is not a win by fully eliminating, but a victory is a victory at the end of the day. Especially when my CS partner has 45 to 5,000 damage of his own, and we are in excess of 10k between us, and a delicious and wonderful game. And that, my friends, is how you get a little bit lucky and play very well with the mouse. It's a very fun tank. Very good game. It's a fun tank. Great map. Surprisingly, just meshed together really well to bring out this awesome game. So hey, ladies and gentlemen, this has been Track by Track, the mouse series. If you guys have any further, if you want to see more of this, leave some comments, leave some likes, view it at least. Just let me know what you think. But with that said, folks, thank you very much. Appreciate you all. This is the Lanon Sheet, signing out.